Joining me now is the Commissioner of Police in Nigeria, Commissioner of Police Olubode Ojajuni, who's also the head of NCB in Lagos. Commissioner, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Just briefly tell me about what you think so far of the conference.
The conference is a regional conference that brings all the law enforcement agencies in Africa together for the peaceful Africa, for a secured Africa, for stability of Africa. And that is why you see all the heads, all the NCBs, and all the officials of Interpol, everyone, we are all here to brainstorm, to discuss how to move forward in terms of security in Africa, how to address emerging security challenges, and how to build and sustain the beautiful projects that are working, that are going on.
Yeah. And what are some of the transnational crimes that Nigeria is busy handling in terms of just dealing with the crime in the region, but also on the continent?
Okay, well, there are numerous, but the most frequent ones for now is trafficking in human person, which is very rampant, and in most cases now, and even on almost monthly basis, we do operations, joint operations with some of the West African neighboring countries, where we liberate, we rescue victims of this human trafficking, and they are cartel, they are syndicates, and often we repatriate them, we return them back to their countries, the victims, where in Nigeria we have a law. We have to prosecute those suspects, those that perpetrated this crime, no matter the nationality of which country, because when you committed the crime in Nigeria, you have to face the law in Nigeria and also bear the consequences in Nigeria. Yeah. So most of the criminals, they came across all Africa, mostly from West Africa. But few that came outside West Africa, all the same, crime is crime. Criminality is criminality. So whoever is caught is prosecuted within Nigeria. But mostly in recent time, our operations are mostly on recovery of stolen vehicles that are being transported across national borders, in terms of rescuing people that are victims of trafficking, human person, and equally narcotics. We have an agency that is handling narcotics, so in most cases where we arrest, we hand over to them. But if it has to do with transnational and narcotic crime, we hand over to the other countries. But this majorly these three areas of crime, the areas that we have been handling often in research time.
Yeah. And talking about such crimes that you've just mentioned now, your narcotics, human trafficking, as Interpol in Nigeria or NCB Lagos, and you're working closely with other law enforcement, obviously, in the region, in Central Africa and in Southern Africa. How is your relationship with other law enforcement in the region in terms of tackling?
It has been very robust. We have a fantastic relationship. We do messages almost on daily basis. We receive messages across Africa, from Nairobi, from Abidjan, from Kenya, from Yaoundé, almost on a weekly or daily basis. And we do respond because we have a fantastic interagency relationship which is working, and especially from the NCBs across Africa. And that is what we are here to equally sustain. And we are just doing that now. So across the whole Africa, we are relating so well and strongly to make sure that Africa is devoid of all these criminals, and we clear them off. And we also demonstrated to them, and we are still demonstrating to them, that you cannot commit crime in any part of Africa and find a safe haven in another country by crossing to another country. Definitely the long arm of the law will catch up with that criminal, and none of them will be spared. And we hope we do more to make sure that Africa is safe.
Yeah. No, thank you very much, Mr. Olubode Ojajuni, Commissioner of Police. Let's hope that the conversations that will continue today and tomorrow will yield the partnerships that we want for Africa.
Thank you very much. It's my great pleasure.
Commissioner of Police from Nigeria, also the head of NCB in Lagos, talking to us here from the Interpol 27th Regional African Conference taking place here in Cape Town. Don't go away. We have more of this, and follow us on all our social media platforms.
Still outside our shores, the Inspector General of Police, Collaboration&Strategy, is attending the 27th Interpol African Regional Conference in South Africa. The gathering is focused on strengthening international cooperation against transnational crime. More than 200 police chiefs and security leaders from 56 countries are participating in the forum. The IGP is expected to deliver a paper on cattle theft in West Africa, linking it to terrorism financing and chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear and explosive threats in the region. On the sidelines, IGP Egbetokun will hold bilateral meetings with Interpol leaders to deepen intelligence exchange and reinforce Nigeria's commitment to global security collaboration.
Cattle theft, once dismissed as mere banditry, is now emerging as a dangerous link to terrorism financing and even chemical and radiological threats across West Africa. It is this troubling nexus of crime and insecurity that Nigeria's Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has taken to the 27th Interpol African Regional Conference, holding in South Africa. This was contained in a press release signed by the Force Public Relations Officer, DCP Olubode this Wednesday. A high-level meeting has drawn more than 200 police chiefs and security leaders from 56 countries in search of stronger intelligence sharing and cross-border policing strategies. The Nigerian police chief is delivering a paper titled Cattle Theft in West Africa, a conduit for terrorism and cyber threats, stressing how rural insecurity fuels wider instability and how emerging chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear and explosive dangers could be exploited by criminal networks. On the sidelines, IGP Egbetokun is meeting with Interpol President Major General Nasser Al-Raisi and Secretary General Ukwize Valdisi to deepen operational partnerships, enhance mutual legal assistance and consolidate Nigeria's role as a reliable global security partner. The Nigeria police say their participation underscores a firm resolve to protect Nigerians at home and abroad while actively contributing to international law enforcement cooperation.
In another news, Nigeria's Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, is currently attending the 27th Interpol African Regional Conference in South Africa. A key gathering focused on strengthening international cooperation against transnational crime. Over 200 police chiefs and security leaders from 56 countries are participating in this high-level forum. The Inspector General is engaging in strategic discussions on intelligence sharing, cross-border policing, and addressing emergency security threats. He also set to deliver a paper on cattle theft in West Africa, linking it to terrorism financing, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosive threats in the region. On the sidelines, the Inspector General will hold bilateral meetings with Interpol leaders to deepen intelligence exchange and reinforce Nigeria's commitment to global security collaboration.
Nigeria's Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, is in South Africa, where he is attending the 27th Interpol African Regional Conference, a gathering of over 200 police chiefs and security leaders from 56 countries. The high-level meeting is focused on tackling transnational crime and boosting cross-border intelligence sharing. The IGP is also scheduled to deliver a paper on how cattle theft in West Africa is fueling terrorism and posing emerging threats such as chemical and biological risks. On the sidelines, he's holding a bilateral talk with Interpol's leadership to deepen operational partnership and reinforce Nigeria's role in global security cooperation.